Hello, travelers. Hey, Kevin O'Connor with Outta Here Travel. Hey, welcome. Hey, today is Make It Happen Monday. So in these topics, in these daily topics that we're going to be discussing, to make it happen Monday. So today we're talking about turn dreaming into doing it. And what are we going to do? I'm going to discuss 3 common excuses that you run into when you travel, and what we hear, excuses you may use to why you don't hit that dream vacation. Just not able to get there. We're just not. It's too big. Maybe my dream's too big, or maybe we just can't do it. So let's talk about the 3 common excuses that are used. Number 1 is time. It's time's going to be a factor. Maybe you don't have enough time. You've got a set number of vacation days if you're working, or sometimes it's even you got too much time on your hands and it's just a planning factor. Maybe you get into it. But, we're going to just talk about time. And in travel planning, time can be your friend, because when you're planning trips, the longer you have, sometimes the better you can put it all together and eliminate these excuses so we can do this. So the second one, common, is money. Financial issues. It can be either you don't have enough money, or you don't know how much it's going to cost, or putting things together, what my package is. And sometimes just under planning is sometimes worse than over planning. Not planning at all, or planning, but you just didn't plan enough. So that could be another excuse to get you there. You don't have enough information basically on that. So let's talk about the money issue coming up. Number 3 is stress. Oh my God, it's just stressful. It's just stressful, and just trying to put the plan together and decide where the heck I want to go. Is it somewhere warm? Is it somewhere cold? Do I want to go in the summer? Do I want to go in the winter? And then you have all these online vendors. You have all the different companies. Do I book with them at all? And just getting the correct information, and we just want to make those perfect vacations. You know how it is, especially if you have your family, or if you're bringing other family members or other people in there. So stress. And those are 3 common things. People avoid all this. So let's dive into it. Number 1 is time. So as I said, time could be your friend. The longer period of time you have between today and when you want to go, that makes it easier to help you. Right now we're booking 2026 and 2027. And then it could be, when you look at factors, it's going to be, is it a special occasion? Is it a landmark birthday? Is it your 50th or 35th or 65th or 49th, before 50? That's just a monumental trip that you want to go on. Could be a wedding anniversary, it could be a wedding, could be a honeymoon, could be a family reunion, just special moments. So it's going to be time, if it's this year, and if it's next year, and then 26 and 27, time is allowance. And the best thing about when you have time factors, and we may just have to look into it and saying, if I want to go to Disney World in Florida. We have a family, we want to get everybody together, and it could be a short period. So typically those could go from 3 days to 10 days, depending on what you're doing, but typically it runs about 4 to 7 days is a factor. A lot of people spend that time period, and it's also, you have limited. So if you have at work constraints, you have 2 weeks a year, 3 weeks a year, there's a way to do it. But also, maybe you could take a little bit this year, and then in January you can roll over some from this year to next year. So maybe instead of 2 weeks, you get 3 weeks, and then there's a 2-week block that you could do. So proper planning is a way maybe to think about it, to eliminate the time factor. And again, seasonality. So depending on where you want to go, they always have what's called the shoulder seasons. It's usually right before the season will start. Let's say, I'll just give an example of Alaska. So it could be the springtime, May, June is kind of that's the shoulder season, and then the peak season is late June, July, August, early September, and then you have early September to mid-October is the fall shoulder season. And sometimes there's less crowds, less people. You get at the end of the year, if you want to see the aurora borealis, like right now, it's getting dark now, so it's out. So you can have a plan. You can go see the fall colors of Alaska, especially if you're on the interior. And then you can see the aurora borealis, and you have less crowds. And then in the springtime, you can see the spring flowers, and you have a little bit less people when you go to the ports. Sometimes when you go to the ports, there may be 3-4 cruise ships in there, so you're battling a lot of people. So time is an issue. So again, proper planning, just think about your time and what you can do. And sometimes you need to get away and relax. So sometimes if you want to do like an Ireland trip, you're looking probably 7 to 10 days or 2 weeks. If you want to see the whole experience, that's a longer period of time, but maybe you need to get away. And sometimes it's just, I need 4 days, 3-4 days. So maybe it's just having a plan in action when you look at your calendar and holidays. Maybe you have a 3-day weekend. So you could take a Monday, a lot of Mondays are holidays, and you take a Friday off into that, and then it books into a 4-day venture. And that might satisfy just some of the different things if you got a bucket list. So proper planning to put together, and it's like goal setting. Anything with goal setting, once you commit it to paper, it makes it a lot easier. You're one step forward to get there. And it may be, and let's talk about excuse number 2 in money, financial concerns. So again, it's time, but then again, I just don't have the money to go there, and you don't. But again, through proper planning and looking at options that are available to you under the money situation, you may want to book a cruise. Let's say what my budget is. Now, a lot of times as we do things, maybe what can you afford on a monthly basis to get you where you want to go? So you look at, where's my dream cruise? Where do you want, let's say we want to go to Italy, and we have it together, and you just want to have a great vacation. We have a little bit extra premium on the room, so you want a balcony, just a little extras that you want to make it nice and relaxing. It could be an anniversary, let's say. So money situation. So let's say right now we're planning 26. In a lot of typical times on the cruise ships, you put a deposit in on the time factor, when you want to go, you figure out the time, and then the money, you have a period of time where you can put down a deposit. It could be 10%, 20% is your typical factor. And then you have a period of time that's refundable, or it could be non-refundable, depends on you. There's various packages to pick. And typically it could be refundable. And then there's a payment plan, usually 75 to 120 days prior to sailing. You need to make the final payments on that. And again, the other side of some cruise lines and tours and stuff have what's called flex pay, where you could set up a payment structure that you could set up the payments, and it's a monthly. And some of these flex payments will continue even after your trip. So you can go on the trip and then it continues on an installment basis. So there's options. So I think the thing what you want to do is figure out your budget, and also not just the cruise, the packages, but incidentals. What do you want to do when you get off the ship? You put a budget together for if you want to take tours. Talk about Alaska again. Maybe you want to go take a helicopter tour and you go up on top and land on top of a glacier. Or if you want to go out on a commercial fishing boat, you want to go troll for salmon and catch salmon or halibut or rockfish. That's in your budget. Just put that in there to make sure you anticipate that, so you have your extras on top of just the cruise packages to get there. And most of us, as we go there, we underestimate. So you got to figure out, okay, if I underestimate, do I have a means? Do I have the credit cards, or do I have my cash savings account? Other means that you're doing it. In the money situation, a lot of people set up savings accounts. Every month you put away whatever, and you're putting savings accounts. And how am I going to get to what the budget is? And maybe you do a garage sale. Maybe you take less outdoor restaurant dinners. You you take that money and put it ahead that you want to do in fundraising. Like I say, they have the flex tours. A lot of times if you're doing tours, you may not have to do a deposit. There's a small deposit, and then when you get there, you pay for the full fare once you take that tour. So again, I think it's just setting up, having a budget in mind. Again, time's factor. So if you take a trip in 26, could be shortened. Right now, we're in October of 25, so you may be doing cruising. If you're going to Alaska, we're looking at the spring, May, June, July, August of 26, or it could be 27. So again, you have time as your friend, proper planning, plan your time, and just build ahead. Think about it. I want to do, many of us like to take a trip every year. Maybe you have to go to the beach, or you want to go to the beach on a family adventure, or next year, our family's going to Disney World, that. And then when can I fill in? I want to go take a river cruise in France. Okay, all right. So let's put it ahead. So you may be planning 3 or 4 trips, and that's okay. But again, we're just talking about taking your dreams that you want to do and put a plan together and make it happen. So it could be, I think that's fun. If you're building out 3 years in advance as well, too, it gives you time. Let's say you're going to Ireland. O'Connor, my heritage is from Ireland. So it gives you time to investigate. It gives you time to read about the history, various aspects of Ireland. If you're in the distilleries or all the Irish whiskeys, it gives you time to investigate all of them before you go there, and it makes it fun, adventure. So again, there's planning, excitement of the anticipation to get there. So number 3, stress. I was reading about, there was an article completed in 2022. It was in Psychology Today. It's in the July 4th, 2022 article. Marina Bakarova, PhD. The title of it is Vacation Stress, You're Not Alone. So research they did a research project and interviewed travelers and figure out what their stress points were in travel. And again, it varies with people. How do you appraise a situation and how do you cope with it? Some people can handle stress great. Some people very stressful and they can't handle it. Again, these are different things, but I think the biggest thing they found was travel planning. Trip planning is the most stressful part of the vacation. Trying to fix, you got financial concerns, packing, what do you need to pack? You want to make sure you have the right clothing. So Alaska, go to Alaska, your packing list, even in the summertime in July, is going to be a little bit different than if you're going to Disney World in Florida. It's a lot different. So packing, make sure you have the right items that are on there is a stress point. Making travel arrangements, building your itinerary plannings is very stressful. Just make sure you got the right thing. You over want to compensate it. And sometimes in itinerary planning, if you don't watch it, you're going to overplan it. You're going to overplan. I got 7 days and I'm putting 9 days of adventures into 7 days. And by you get to about day 5 or 6, people are getting tired and a little stress points and just antsy about it. I see that a lot at Disney. They go from the rope drop till fireworks at the end of the day. You're going from 9 to 11 o'clock at night per se, and you go to Disney World and it's warm. People aren't used to the heat. They don't hydrate enough. The kids get tired. And it's kind of funny, by the time you get to fireworks, a lot of the kids are asleep, missing the whole firework production at the castle, per se, I'd say. But again, there's ways and tips that we do that. A lot of tips we tell people, take a break during the day. You go to park in the morning, then you're going to switch to a park in the afternoon. Take a break, go back to the hotel, take a lunch break, jump in the pool, have the kids take a nap, power nap. The grandparents may need a power nap. However, and then you get refreshed, have something to eat, hydrate in the pool activity, a little break of action, then hit the next park, and you're going till 9 to 11 o'clock at night watching the fireworks shows. Just a tip that I see, and it helps. Even when we were going a lot for Michelle and I, we would take a break. During the day at lunchtime, go hit the pool and relax a little bit, maybe have an adult beverage, but again, just to relax, get away from the environment, and then go back at it again. Just another tip. So again, is itinerary planning that. And the other stress, this study showed the other stressful thing is getting the travel itself when you leave your house to get to your destination. So the thought about it could be flight delays, weather delays, transportation once you get there, proper transportation to get you to the hotel you were. So that's kind of the miss of it. And again, just to wrap up, they are, and it's like anything else, time is a factor. Just sit down, plan it out, put the money situation. If you have some big trips, maybe you might have to put it off for 2 years, but at least have a plan of action that you're doing. Make an excitement, builds the enthusiasm and the fun of getting there. And I'm going to put a plug in for what we do. These stress points and excuses, and this is what we do as travel advisors, is to be your consultant, to sit down with you and talk about this and help you plan this out, where you want to go, money situations, if you got a time limit. If you want to do a cruise, we'll go sit and watch specials. There's always specials that come up. There's special rates that come up, so we look for those. Say, okay, it popped up. We need to hit it. Princess Cruise Lines has a special here for this month. Buy one, get 1.5. And your guests 3 and 4 are free. That happens a lot. You pay for the first guest. The second guest could be 50%, 20%, 40% off. And then the guests 3 and 4, which could be your children, are free. And then we'll look for onboard credit, issue specials, and build it into the program. And that's what we do. We assist you, our clients, to put it down where you want to go and just keep track of these and find these opportunities that come available. And also the stress factors, once you leave your house, we're there for you. We're there to help you plan before. We're there for you during. So if you have a flight delay or a cruise delay, I see right now, some of the cruises, it looks like there's a hurricane coming in. So the Atlantic cruises right now coming up the Atlantic, you're going to see some adjustments, changing routes and timelines, and maybe cancellations because there's a possible hurricane coming up. So those are things that you have that we help. Then you call me up and say, hey, Kevin, man, I missed my bus or I missed my flight delays. How do I got to get to Vancouver, Canada tomorrow to hit the cruise line to go to Alaska. So that's what we do. So again, I just want to stress that to you. We're here to help you. We're going to help you take away those excuses. We want you to get on those green dream vacations and make it a do it instead of, someday. Well, let's take those some days, shorten it down, make it a reality. So here again, Kevin O'Connor with Out of Here Travel. If you go to our website, outofheretravel.com, there's a link there to click on it. We do free consultations to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about your dreams, how we can put it together. Again, thank you. Kevin O'Connor from Out of Here Travel.